Greetings from India. First of all, I thank the organizers for inviting me to this Moscow forum, the synthesis of knowledge and beauty, on the occasion of the 158th birth anniversary of Nicholas Roerich and also the 128th birth anniversary of Sviatoslav Roerich. I extend my greetings to the organizers and participants. I shall talk on the Roerich Pact, its implementation then and now. The Roerich Pact, the Treaty on the Protection of Artistic and Scientific Institutions and Historic Monuments, signed on April 15, 1935, at the White House in Washington, makes provision for the protection of cultural property without reservations. It was the arduous and significant endeavor of Nicholas and Helena Roerich and their colleagues in different countries. In the Second World War, the Roerich Pact was introduced in international law, very distant and classified. The principle of priority of cultural property over military necessity explained that cultural property had an undestroyable significance for the whole of humanity, and military necessity had a transient and time-serving character. The pact was considered comprehensive, and it gave the possibility of saving invaluable treasures of mankind in future wars. Several conferences that followed discussed the universal benefit of the pact and recommended it. Along with the pact, a flag, banner of peace, with a symbol generally seen in several churches, monuments, sculptures, and Buddhist paintings as a symbol of three jewels, three ratna, was adopted. It was specified by Nicholas Roerich in his statement, I quote, "The banner must not only hang in time of military actions, but the masses and thereby future warriors should already in the time of peace be accustomed to the perfection and perception of this sign." Unquote. Also, I quote again, that the role of banner of peace is extremely important by way of directing the thoughts of the people towards beauty and knowledge. It attracts the consciousness of the general public to the cause of protection of culture. Unquote. Recalling that during the signing of the Roerich Pact, President Roosevelt stated, I quote, "We are endeavoring to make a universal application, one of the principles vital to the preservation of modern civilization." Unquote. The banner of peace was taken into space by international astronauts at the end of the 20th century. Thanks to the Roerich Pact, it provides for the entry into the list of all cultural property and objects protected by it, and just a particular category, and not just a particular category. An extensive list of protected sites and cultural objects are being restored today on one hand, and on the other, gruesome marauders are still trying to break and take off sections of architectural pieces, considering them objects of loot or money making. Plunderers are destroying it in the name of religion. Each day, excavations in some location, site, or place bring out monuments and artifacts that reveal our civilization. Each day, we restore an artifact to preserve our past. Heading a restoration department of a prestigious institute, I know what we come across and also identify its importance. Nicholas Riddick was a man of peace. In his painting, the color blue dominates. Blue is a cool color, the color of silence and peace. His paintings depict the Himalayas, which are again calm and cool. They reflect the very nature of Nicholas Riddick. His paintings do not depict aggression or revolt, nor depict the red color. He was a peace lover. The pact also emphasized protection of the people working in the fields of arts, science, and education. He stated that the people are the spiritual and intellectual wealth of every country, and their loss often has a grave repercussions on the next generation. The pact must protect the personal, not only in times of war, but also in times of peace. Several countries did not follow the Roerich Pact during the Second World War and resulted in a huge loss of cultural property. The destruction of cultural property in Russia deeply affected Riddick. Similarly, the Uyghurs, being Buddhist, created the sites in Central Asia and with the change in their religion, destroyed them. One religion destroyed another religion's edifices, and with the same material on the same spot created their religious structures. Today, in the name of religion, monuments are constructed and also destroyed. The city of Hague, Netherlands, where in 1954 the Hague Convention for the Protection of Cultural Property in the event of armed conflict was raised, is today envisioned by its landscape with elongated churches jetting out in the skyscape at intervals. They not only beautify the landscape, but are also the landmarks of the city. They are beautiful tall structures which man would never create again. They are either being razed to the ground, for today seldom people visit the church, or are being sold out to the Islamists for running their mosques. Such beautiful edifices will never be constructed again. Today, vandalism is at play and artifacts are being transported from one country to another. No act of hostility should be directed against cultural property, and such property should not be used for purposes which are likely to expose it to destruction or damage, was the voice of Riddick through his pact. The country of India has experienced this in the past with its invasions. The government has started to reconstruct what was lost and is also calling back what was stolen. It is very important that Nicholas Riddick initiated the idea of protecting the cultural properties and objects of culture, which others followed later. The initiation of idea is important. This creates awareness. Several problems of accepting the pact or the pact as a leading international treaty which constitutes all protection for objects that come under culture or implementing them did follow later. The sign of banner was also not accepted by the draft convention and approved another form similar to a shield. All these problems did come up with the Pact's initiation, but when problems arise, solutions are found and the journey of implementation begins. Thank you.